Take about 100 acres in the beautiful rolling laurel highlands of western Pennsylvania. Add in miles of adjacent trails, and you have the perfect setting for an all-around equine facility. And that's just where you'll find one of the finest full-service gypsy and drum horse facilities in North America. Welcome to Old Mill Farm. Old Mill Farm is a collective team effort, and the mission of the team is to own and breed some of the best available gypsy and drum horse stock in the country, a goal they feel they've surpassed. With a focus on producing quality, not quantity, all of their horses and those they breed have a definitive purpose. Their goal is to preserve, build, and improve on the substance of these horses and not try to change them. The gypsy and drum horses are relatively new to North America, and how they came to Old Mill Farm is no less interesting. In 2002, Fred and Rhonda Ziegler, the founders and owners of Old Mill Farm, were walking through a popular bookstore when they came upon a calendar containing horses that could only be described as something magical, something one would dream about. From this calendar, they embarked upon a journey of research and development of two new breeds here in the United States, the gypsy horse and the drum horse. What started out as a fascination quickly turned into a business. The charming family-operated farm evolved into a full-service, family-operated equestrian facility.
Well, one day I was walking through a bookstore through the calendars, and I saw this horse on it, and I just couldn't take my eyes off of it. In fact, I picked up the calendar and I took it over to my husband and I said, "Fred, look at this horse." He said, "Yeah, it's nice." I said, "No, look at this horse." I mean, it was just so beautiful. I loved it, and took the calendar home with me for the next 45 minutes. I'm going through this calendar, couldn't get this horse out of my mind. It was just beautiful. So then got home and still, wanting to find out more and more about it, so we got onto the internet and found what we could. I've learned that these horses really, even though you'll hear some people say some horses can do this, can do that, I think these horses can really do anything if they're trained right. And with their disposition, anything can probably be done with them. I love this breed because they're so versatile. They're capable of doing, like I said, almost anything. They're gentle, but they're strong. There's just nothing that you can't do with them, really.
Slancha. This stunning Gypsy Vanner stallion has already won 3 Supreme Grand Championships and a Reserve Championship at sanctioned GVHS shows across the country. To date, he holds the most domestic 1 championships and is sure to capture many more in his career. Cobalt. This beautiful stallion is co-owned by Old Mill Farm and Wild Creek Farm. As a 3-year-old, Cobalt has already captured a Reserve Grand Championship and a Supreme Grand Championship, as well as consistently placing in the top pinnings in all of his performance classes. Chew Mill Guinness. The first drum horse brought into the country. This impressive horse is a son of Galway warrior, once owned by the Queen of England and granddad of Edingale Mascot, one of the most decorated Shire stallions of all time. One focus at Old Mill Farm is bringing new interest and new awareness to the beautiful drum horse. The name drum horse actually comes from a job performed by the horse. The drum horse is an indispensable part of ceremonial and royal processions. These horses carried 2 large solid silver kettle drums, plus a fully outfitted rider, through crowds of thousands during the Queen's processions. Drum horses must be strong and steady enough to carry the stout kettle drums during ceremonies. It takes a very special horse to carry such a prominent role in the Queen's household cavalry. Since we have no royal ceremonial processions, drum horses are taking on a new meaning in America, where they're perfectly suited for taller, heavier riders that need a horse with more substance and height, but still want a calm, level-headed riding horse. Because of their quiet nature, some drum horses may even be suited for pleasure driving. Old Mill Farm has an active schedule in promoting and showing their horses and have competed successfully at many venues around the country. Old Mill Farm is not only a full-service equestrian center, but has a talented and experienced staff supporting a wide range of services including training, breeding, competitive showing, and sales. Vonnie Lovely, farm manager and instructor, began her horse obsession at the age of 5 and has accumulated many years' experience showing and training in hunt seat equitation, dressage, stock seat western pleasure, saddle seat, and speed and games events. She also has experience in vet clinic training, equine reproduction and genetics, and holds several instructors and breeding certifications, and is qualified in several riding disciplines.
The Gypsy Vanners and the drum horses, they're suitable for just about any discipline that we found. They typically develop a little slower than what the average riding horse would, so their training goes a little bit more in depth and it progresses much slower than that of a lighter riding horse. However, whenever you do anything with them, they give you their all. They compete on obviously a different level than what your Western Pleasure Gypsy Vanner would versus the Western Pleasure quarter horse. So as far as their training goes, it progresses a little bit slower, but they're incredibly quick to learn. They just have to be physically capable of doing it. Well, the drum horse was originally bred in England basically to carry drums during the Queen's processions. They were bred to be large. They had to carry about 150 pounds worth of drums themselves. In addition to that was another 150 pounds of the rider, and of course all the utility and the regalia that was involved as well. The horses were bred to be incredibly quiet. They were controlled by the reins that were attached to the stirrups, so they were controlled virtually with the rider's feet. Now in America, they're taking on a slightly different meaning. They're obviously not carrying drums, they're not performing in that manner. However, we found that to preserve the Gypsy Vanner, those people that are looking for a horse with more substance, Instead of breeding out the Gypsy Vanner and breeding them taller, when you breed in the Clyde and the Shire, you still maintain the feathering of the Gypsy Vanner, but you get more height. So that's basically why the drum horse was created here in the country. Well, we found that their suitability levels, they're basically anything you throw at them, they're willing to do at some level. They're suitable. Our horses have gone from team penning to barrel racing, you know, on a fun level. We've jumped for fun. We, of course, ride at various levels of dressage here, as well as we have Western pleasure horses. Again, one of our horses was excelling in lower level reining as well. So they're incredibly suitable. Again, they have such a willing attitude and a pleasant disposition. They're suitable at just about anything you can do with them. Our performance goals for these horses is basically to create a competition horse in their natural level. You know, we don't expect them to compete with warm bloods in dressage, but we do feel that they can compete at a reasonable level in dressage. The same applies for our Western pleasure horses. They're not going to be competitive against your quarter horses, and again, the same with your hunt seat horses. They won't compete against hunt seat quarter horses. However, we do feel that they all have a natural competition ability.
Daniel Lepley, their training and breeding manager, focuses on natural training methods to ensure an excellent learning experience for both horse and horse owner. Each horse is carefully evaluated and then taken through a general training program with a focus on the horse's overall purpose and owner's level of training. Daniel is also a certified farrier, specializing in founder and navicular, working under 3 different area vets, as well as in conjunction with Ohio State University.
I've been involved with quite a few breeds over the years, and the Gypsy horses seem to stand out over the rest of the horses. Their willingness to learn is unbelievable. What you can do with a Gypsy horse in 2 or 3 days seems to take other breeds 2 or 3 weeks to grab a hold of the concept you're trying to teach them. So they're very fast learners, and you can do just about anything with them in a short amount of time. A lot of people look at the Gypsy horse as a draft horse, but they're actually a very unique breed, and you can do just about anything with them. Where a typical Clydesdale, Shire, Belgian, anything like that, they're a great big horse. But the Gypsies vary so much. You can take them anything from team penning, reining, to driving and pulling. You can do just about anything with the breed.
People should take a second look at this breed for a lot of different reasons. they're flashy, they're fun, they can do a lot of things, but they're so sweet and gentle, and they're more than just a pet, you know. They're just, I think they're fabulous. I don't know, I sit and just gaze at them all day long, but they're just, I don't know, I just love them.
The entire team at Old Mill Farm invite anyone interested in learning more about the special attributes of the Gypsy and drum horses to contact them for more information.